Sometimes you got to be able to call a spade a spade. I understand that completely. And I think it's time that we give, in that, we have to call what it is and give Jalen Hurts the credit that he absolutely deserves. So, if you watch New Heights, the podcast with Jason and Travis Kelce, you'll come to the realization that, when Jason Kelce kind of talks about Jalen Hurts and what he's done for this offense and what he's done in year 3, you got to be able to be very impressed because, if you listen to the interview, in the podcast, which I highly recommend, they do a tremendous job. He really sheds a light on the fact of how he is different, not even just in terms of a talent level, but from a defensive scheming level, the challenges that he poses to a lot of other NFL defenses, the fact that they just can't account for his arm. They also have to account for the fact that this man can tuck and run the football and can lead them in a lot of different situations. And you know what? I think if you just take a look at the stats here, I think that's the first part of any MVP conversation is just what he can do. Or what he's done, excuse me. So you'll see here, I'll direct your attention right here to where he has this year in 2022. He's got a 12-1 record. He's thrown for over 3,150 passing yards, 3,157 to be exact, 22 touchdown passes, only 3, count them, trace interceptions. He's got a 108.4 quarterback rating, or a 70.4 quarterback rating, excuse me. And yes, he's been sacked 34 times, but it's just what he constantly continues to do and showing his full development as a complete NFL quarterback. And I think that, if you really, and when we mentioned what he's able to do on the ground, you got to be able to take a look at what he's done this year in that regard as well. Over 680 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns, the second straight year that he's had double-digit rushing touchdowns in the NFL. And quite honestly, he has really shown himself to be a dangerous man in the NFL so far. And I realize, when we talk about the MVP conversation, naturally you're going to want to bring up Patrick Mahomes and probably Aaron Rodgers in past years, but I'm going to direct your attention to a couple years ago when Lamar Jackson won the MVP race. So I'm going to bring you guys to the stats here. So this is all through 13 games. So it was before Lamar Jackson got taken out that year, yes, because the Ravens were looking really good. So Lamar Jackson had an 11-2 record in 2019. He had 30 total passing touchdowns, 2,677 passing yards, over 1,000 rushing yards. Come on. He's just one of the greater quarterbacks in the NFL. He had 7 rushing touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Jalen Hurts this year, he's got a better record at 12-1. He's got 22 touchdown passes compared to 30. Okay, fine. Lamar's got him in that category. He's got more passing yards. He's got half the interceptions. He's got more rushing touchdowns. So when we talk about, if you're just talking about from a stat perspective, he's got Lamar Jackson in most of those categories. But again, I think what Jason Kelce really alluded to was the fact that with how far he's come, both as a passer and as a runner, and really just as a playmaker for this offense, he does so many different things for you that I think he definitely deserves a lot more credit in the MVP conversation and racing. He deserves a lot of credit for what the Eagles are this year. Yes, the Eagles have a good defense. Yes, their running game is coming along. And yes, they have a really good offensive line as well. But Jalen Hurts might be the secret weapon to all of this because he is absolutely just lighting it up. He deserves a lot of different credit. And it was like, second or third year in the NFL, we were like, okay, we're just kind of wondering what was going to go on. And yes, they did trade for A.J. Brown in the offseason. But, I really think it's just the fact that he's come so far as a passer and that he deserves a lot more credit than he's getting. And the slander, or is it libel? I can't remember. I've never really paid attention in history class. The point is, this man deserves a lot more credit than he's getting, and he definitely deserves to be in the MVP conversation. If it was up to me, I think he would be the MVP this year just for what he's done and how far he's brought the Eagles so far. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover. But let us know what you guys think about it being time to give Jalen Hurts the credit that he absolutely deserves.